Well, good morning, folks. Pastor Rocky Branch, Spruce Pine First Baptist Church. Today is day 210. 210 days today, and how we have been incredibly blessed. It's amazing. Here we are, sitting, thinking about things in the middle of the morning again, thinking about what destruction happened 210 days ago today, and what people have done as the Calvary is they've come to help us. And it's an incredible thing. It's kind of like Jesus in the first sermon, the Sermon on the Mount, Matthew chapter 5, 6, and 7. He says to us in verse 13, "You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It's therefore good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men." So the context is about preserving meat in the Old Testament way of preserving food. They would pack salt around meat to preserve it. But the salt, when it was used up, it would flake off and break off and be down on the ground. And then the butcher or whomever would have to take that salt away and throw it out in the street, and they would put more salt on the meat to preserve it. And the salt that's out on the street that once preserved meat on the inside is now a place for people to walk on. And instead of sand or dirt being in the street, they've got this hard substance that they're able to stand on and mash down, and it becomes sort of like pavement, if you will. As more salt goes out and more people come by, the more it gets packed down, the more it gets hard. Unlike sand that moves or dirt that moves, it's a hard now substance because men have been walking on it. So he says, you are that salt. You are that substance that makes the difference, that seasons people in society. In other words, we give them flavor. That's the important part. So one of the things to ask quickly is, do you give flavor to people that you're around? Do you make them better or more bitter by being around them? So the challenge that we run into is this: you are the salt of the earth, and he says it very clearly. We are the ones that should make the society better. But then he says, in contrast to that, he says in the 14th verse, you are the light of the world. Now, don't miss this, okay? Don't miss this. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Okay, let's look in contrast, okay? You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. Earth, salt, light, world. Wherever you go in life, it should be important to us to make things better. We should make people better wherever we go. We should make them feel better when we leave them than when we found them. Now, I'm not talking about with contention and stuff of problems and individuals you have disagreements with. I'm talking about in general, we should be making people better on the earth because of the savor of the flavoring of our hearts unto God. That should be the case. But you are now the light of the world. So everywhere that we go, we should be making people see better, more clearly, with a light than darkness. What you flavor by living, you are clarifying by giving. In other words, when you have the salt that changes the flavor of things, and you have the light that exposes the reality of things, and those two things work together, you've got a powerful, powerful thing that you can be utilized greatly by God. Now let's consider a couple other things. Too much salt is not good. When I was a little boy, and before my mom and dad separated, we were at the house and we were having supper. And my dad, and mom too, I think, but dad for sure, would always take a cornbread and put in a glass and pour milk in on it, and he would eat cornbread and milk. Now that sounds gross to a lot of people, but I still do that. I eat cornbread and milk. When we make some cornbread, I always try to snatch me a piece and put it in a glass and pour some milk over it, and it's rather tasty in my opinion. But when I was a kid, I remember one particular time that I was putting salt, as my father had been doing, and I think his brother was there, and I put way too much, and I couldn't bear to taste it. It had too much salt. Dad said, "You're not going to bed till you eat that." I couldn't eat it. We sat up till probably 2 o'clock, and I couldn't eat it. He sent me on to bed. It started out okay. And sometimes people, in their witnessing, they start out okay. They add that flavor that's necessary. But then sometimes because of zeal, we start pouring the salt into people, trying to make them see what we see and say what we say. And some people get burnt out on it. Too much salt. Somebody pushing Christianity down your throat. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. Don't. If you got a loved one, it's out of the will of God. Don't try to push them. They're in enough trouble as it is. Just make sure that you're available to help to make that a better flavored situation than it is right now. Otherwise, sometimes too much salt is too much salt. It really messes the taste up really bad. You got to do kind of different stuff to try to get the salt out of the dish, and it's just tough. Sometimes you just got to throw it out because you put too much salt in there. It's not any good. Don't put too much on people that push them away. Be that flavor to society, but don't be that force to society that runs them away. The light of the world is a very similar thing, because the light of the world exposes people to see the way to go, the way to walk, the way to live. The light is on. They are now being in the position where darkness has fled away. So the light is on. They know where to go, and how to walk and what to do. And if we show them properly, then God gets the glory and the person gets the information and we get blessed and we move on. So he says it very clearly to us without any question. You are the salt. You are the light. Don't overcrowd people with too much salt. Give them enough to taste it. Let God take care of the rest. Some people have a zeal. The Bible says, book of Romans, chapter 10, for I bear record of them that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. We got to have the knowledge of God to make sure we don't try to too hard. Let God work it out. And then the light. Wherever we are, we shine the light together to show people the way out of darkness. But we don't shine it in the face, because light in your face will blind you. It'll cause you to wreck. It'll cause you to do something that you were not prepared to do because your vision is gone. See, too much light's not good either. So there's a balance there that Christ wants us to understand. Salt is for flavor. Light is for passage. Don't put it under a bushel. Put it up where people can see to get about. That's what our call is. So today, on our 210th day of this flood, keep that in mind, that God has a purpose for you. Don't be overbearing with it. Let God use it for his glory and your benefit and the strength of others to see a better way to live. And if you do that, God will bless you for it. God bless you. We love you. I'll talk to you later.